In today's Necron and More live stream, I've got a little chat about my Dominion War army list, and I've got Necrons of the Week and more. And it's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to that disastrous intro. I had it all planned out exactly what I was going to say, and then went live and couldn't say a word. Anyway, we are here for another Necrons and More live show, and we've got an exciting one for you because I'm going to be talking about my Dominion War tournament, which is coming up, and I'm going to reveal my final army list that I'm going to be taking to the event. Plus, we've got some awesome, awe-inspiring painting from Necrons of the Week, and as always, more. So I hope everyone is okay because, well, it's been incredibly busy. Another just really busy month for me. It's been, well, just ridiculous, really, the amount of work that I've been doing. Plus, Necron Girl has finished school. Of course, she's on her school holidays, and that's, you would have thought, quite good for me because it means I've got no school run to do. However, I've been getting up at the same time in the mornings because I don't want to get up late and then have to revert to getting up early. So I've been getting up early, and then I've been going to work early, and I've just been working more. So it's not worked out that great, but at least it's less driving, and that's the good thing. So let's have a look in the chat box. Who have we got? So we've got Underdog Painting. Hello, Baza. We have the Oubliette. We have Craig Holland saying Necrons. And we have, of course, CM Wargames. Hello, Richard. I'll put my earplugs in so I don't get any tips. Well, I think you know exactly what I'm up to anyway, so you'll be all right. So yes, as I said, it's been really busy. I have had the pleasure of seeing my eldest daughter, that's not Necron Girl, but my eldest daughter, graduate. So that was really awesome. Actually, it was her and her boyfriend both graduated at the same time. So I went there, took some nice pictures, and it was a great day. So really awesome. And I was considering the fact that probably someone's going to ask me what did she graduate in, so I've written it down so I don't forget. Criminology and criminal justice. Yeah, pretty cool. We have Mark Kirby in the house. He says, "Evening, peeps." Good evening, Mark. Congrats. Thank you. Yeah, yes. Time just goes past so quick. I mean, Necron Girl is now 14, but yeah, my eldest daughter 21 and just graduated, so makes me feel even older. I have, as I said, been working just a super amount. I've been working lots of my days off. It's just the time of year we are a bit short-staffed, and then as soon as someone has a holiday, we have to work extra days to cover. So tomorrow is my last day off for a while. I have Wednesdays and Fridays off generally, so I work the weekends. So tomorrow I'm off, and then my next day off is next Friday. But the Saturday is my tournament, so the Friday I'll be preparing for the tournament. So that will be that. And then I'll be straight back to work on the Sunday, and the week after I've got to work the Wednesday and Friday. So just crazy amount of work. However, good news is after that I've got 2 weeks off, and I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. We are going to Portugal for a family wedding for 4 days. A little short break, so that'd be nice. Although the wedding's going to be quite a long event. It's sort of an Asian wedding, so I think it's going to go on for quite a few days. However, it'd be nice just to get away from it all. Mark says, "I'm good, thanks. Hope you are too." I am. No, you weren't even talking to me, but I am good, thanks, Mark. But you were talking to Richard. We have DY1. Nice backdrop, thank you. Yes, this is the balcony. I usually have this open, but I didn't want it to be sort of too noisy on the microphone. He'll be facing Space Wolves just to make it watertight. Yep, I've got a game with Richard hopefully next Friday. When we set up the gaming tables and stuff, we're going to have a game. And I believe he's bringing Space Wolves. So I've got my notes as always, just so to keep me on track. So yeah, I suppose we're going to move on to a channel update. But before that, I'm going to have a drink, and you might be interested to see my cup. There's actually a glass. So here we go. I'm not sure how well this is going to come out on camera, but yeah, check out that. It's got Coke in there. Coca-Cola. Can you see that? Very cool. My daughter, eldest daughter, bought me this for a Father's Day present. Really cool. Sorry, Nick, laugh out loud. Glad you're good. That's all right, Mark. So yeah, channel update. So, where are we? Yes, hobby. What hobby have I done? I've done nothing. I've done zero hobby since the last live stream. As you know, I finished my Catan, which I had finished just before the last live stream. And to be fair, I've done no hobby. Now, it's not because I've not wanted to, or because it's been too hot, because we've had a major heat wave in the UK. It's just literally time, and whatever time I've had spare, I put into making more videos, because I've been trying to sort of ride on the wave of the Nephilim updates, which obviously has helped my channel a bit of a boost for the views, because obviously the Necron rule. So I've been concentrating on making some videos effectively. So yeah, I haven't really done any updates, any painting, or no hobby basically. Although that's a little of a lie, which I'll talk about more about that later. But yeah, what did you think of my Catan? Actually, I had something I forgot to say in the video, which I was the how-to video, is I actually really enjoyed painting that Catan, and the reason was I've just felt like I was sort of letting the paint just flow from the brush. You know, sometimes you paint something and you've got a fixed paint scheme. You're painting very methodical. You know exactly what layer you're doing, how you're going to paint it, what colours you're using. It's all methodical because you're painting it to match the rest of your army. Well, with that Catan, I wasn't doing that, and I just went with just like let the juices flow. I just painted like from the heart, and just it was really nice to have that freedom. That's the good thing about painting miniatures. Although that is obviously for my Necrons, it's like totally different from a normal Necron. So that is the good thing about painting all sorts of different types of miniatures, not just units from your own army. We have Dave P in the house. Good morning, UK. Good morning. Golden Dragoon says, lack of time is a problem. I've only managed to paint a single Sister of Battle in the last month or so. That's potentially more than me. MN, it's 3 here. 3 p.m. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, it's 9, just gone 9 p.m. here, obviously, as you know. So, let's just make sure I've got everything here. So yeah, as I said, I've been putting more effort into the videos. Hopefully you've been enjoying them. My Throw My Necrons to the Bin video performed obviously very well, as expected, with that thumbnail that I had. But I actually recorded that video at my mum's house, because I had a dental appointment, and my dentist is nearer where my mum lives. So I dropped a Necron girl off to school, went round to her house, and I recorded that video around there. It actually came out quite well, so I might record a few more videos there as well. It's quite a nice like room there. So yeah, that was interesting. But I've definitely grown more because of those extra videos that I've made. And we are now only 350 subscribers away, actually just under that, from 25,000 subscribers, which is just awesome. You know, thank you everyone that has subscribed, because I do really appreciate it. And once I get to 25,000, of course, I'm having that giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a special Necron box of goodies. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm looking forward to that, but still need another 350 subs. So hopefully it won't take me too long to get there, but we'll see. Going away, I've said all that. Oh yes, my upload times. You've probably noticed I have finally decided to change my upload times, and I think going forward it's definitely not going to be 7 AM anymore. So upload times will be around 4 or 5 PM on most days, but I'm basically just following my analytics. So it will change because, to be fair, the analytics change, you know, depending on the time of year and the month that it is, or just, you know, other events in the world. So yeah, I'm just going to follow my analytics, and I'm going to publish when the most people are on YouTube. Well, most of my subscribers who watch my videos are on YouTube, so that I can get hopefully some good watch time and views within the first 2 or 3 hours, because that's the most important time of upload. So hopefully that doesn't mess with too many people's plans of when they watch my videos, but it's best for the channel, so I have to run with that. It's a bit more awkward for me personally. One reason why I used to like the 7 AM upload time is because I can share the video and answer the comments and stuff before I go to work, like an hour before I go to work. But obviously at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock I'm actually at work, so when it goes live I try to take a sneaky 10 minutes just to share the video around. So it's just not quite as convenient for me, but I think it works better for the channel, and judging from my analytics it seems like it's working, so that's always good. I have just finished painting up my first 8 Necrons, quite the journey, and 15 warriors and 4 scarabs have just been primed. I think that says. That'll keep me busy. It certainly will. I know, right? Richard just shoots them. Yes, he does. We'll drop pics and we will be interested to see your progress. Yes, we would, actually. If anybody wants to drop any pictures of their Necrons or other contents, then come and join my Facebook group, the Wargamers Unification Facebook group. And yeah, we'd love to see them all. Any Necron pictures particularly is awesome to see. How could I? Yeah, if you are on Facebook, hopefully you are, then that's the best place to upload your pictures. Okay, so what are these videos that I've got upcoming? I said I've been busy making videos. Well, 2 of them, the next 2, are battle reports of me playing Richard, with testing out my tournament lists. And the first one is against Orcs, and the second one is against Dark Eldar. So should be quite interesting. A couple of battle reports for you. And then I've got a hobby video, and this is where I said I lied a bit earlier, because yesterday I spent a good amount of the day painting, but I was painting terrain in preparation for the tournament, which is coming up. So there is a painting video coming. So I have been doing a little bit of hobby, but not actually on my Necrons. And someone's in the kitchen. She's getting the brie. We fight over the brie, don't we, babe? We do. Thank you. We'll see what I can do. Excellent. Yeah, that would be really good if you can join us. So yeah, the other videos which will be coming, which I haven't made yet, but I will be doing an update video around binning my Necron. So it will be the outcome and my solution. So that will be coming up at some point after the Battle reports. And then, of course, it's going to be the actual event video as well. So I'm going to make some video clips on the day. So hopefully that should be a lot of fun. And hopefully the video for it will come out good. And then, as I said, I'm going to be going away for a couple of weeks. So potentially there might be a little gap of videos. We'll see. Actually, I'm not going away for a couple of weeks. I'm going away for 4 days. Got 2 weeks off. But yeah, there may be gaps effectively. Right. So yeah, let's have a chat about my Dominion War, shall we? First, so I have a tournament coming up, and it's going to be at my place. We've got a marquee, quite a nice big sized marquee available to us where we live, so that's going to be awesome. We're going to have 4 tables, and we're going to have 10 YouTubers, including myself, at the event. There's a 1,000 point patrol detachment, which I've done because I want to make sure that this isn't a competitive tournament. This is really a sort of a fun tournament. That's what it's designed for. So it's sort of no Forge World, no Lords of War. You know, just like keep it basic. And the idea is to play 3 games, meet other YouTubers, record some videos, and have a lot of fun. So yeah, it should be really cool. I've got 2 sponsors for the event, and I'll link both of those up in the description below. The first one is Innovative Tinkering, which I'm sure you know of because I've done some videos on them before. They do the custom dice and the circuit dice, and they're the metal dice, and they're just very high quality dice. I've reviewed the dice in a video previously, but yeah, they're going to be sponsoring the event. So I'm sure you can imagine that maybe one of the prizes might be some of these dice. And for reference, I've got some extra dice which I'll be giving away in my special Necron box of goodies when I hit 25,000 subscribers. So that's awesome. Not only that, but I've got a discount code for Innovative Tinkering where you can get 30% off your orders just with the discount code of IDICBeer. So yeah, type that in, capitals, not capitals, it doesn't matter, and you get 30% off your order. Now, it's fair to say these dice are not cheap, but it's also fair to say these dice are awesome. I mean, they are really great dice. So that's the first sponsor. The second sponsor is Battle Board Store, and they are on Facebook. So there's a link to their Facebook group, and they basically do custom built terrain, and of course a lot of my Necron terrain, I don't know, I always call it the Tron terrain, the ones with all the lines on, that is done by them. And yeah, if you want a custom board done, then check them out and get in contact by Facebook message. That's the best way to do it. So a huge thank you to both of my sponsors for the event. I really do appreciate it. How do you go about terrain for a 1,000 point board? We are using the Games Workshop Grand Tournament terrain suggestions, which is 2 like central pieces which are obscuring, and then 4 big ones outside of that which are obscuring, then 4 smaller ones outside of that which are dense cover. So that's how we're going to do it. And he even banned Gaz. Yeah, I did ban Gaz. I can't believe he's not a Lord of War. But I'm sneaky, my devil dice. Yeah, devil dice. I'm not even talking to you, Richard. So yeah, who are the YouTubers that are going? Well, obviously the main guest is going to be me. So yeah, I'm going to be there, of course. We have Richard from CM Wargames, and he's going to be playing his Orcs, of course. We have now these two here potentially may not be able to come, but we're hoping that they can. But yeah, we've got Darren and Aceface from Twisted Dice, who both came to my previous tournament, which I had in 2019 before the lockdown. And Darren actually won that, so he is the champion. So I know he wants to come to try and retain his title, but we're not 100% sure that he will be able to make it. But hopefully, fingers crossed, both of those guys will be there. 6+ Stevo coming, and then we have Voldemort's Guide to Warhammer, which is, that voice is nothing like him. We have the awesome Voldemort coming to the event, so that is going to be very, very cool. The table size that we will be using will be the 30 by 44. We then have Tom from Black Toad Studio. Don was going to come as well originally, but sadly he can't make it. But we've got Tom, and Tom will be playing Black Templars. 6+ Stevo, of course, will be playing Orcs, so that's 2 Orc players. I'm not sure about Voldemort, but I think he's more Space Marine orientated. Then we have Big Mech Dan Skull, who will be playing Orcs. He's got, well, potentially he might be playing a Grot themed army. Although he's been playtesting it, it may change. But yeah, he's going to be there, so that'd be fantastic. I've been following Big Mech Dan Skull for years. I mean, I can't remember how many years, but probably 10 years. Yeah, it'd be great to meet him. We've done collaborations before, so if any of you know my little skits that I used to do behind my blinds, and there was a truck driver with a big beard. That's Big Mech Dan Skull, so he'll be there. There's links to all these channels in the description below, by the way, so make sure you check them out. Then we have Let's Make It Orky, which is a friend of Big Mech Dan Skull, so I think they're coming down together. She has a YouTube channel, and I believe, I mean, I had a look, she's got some videos on there, but I think she does Twitch streams more, I believe. So it'd be cool to meet her. And then finally, we've got the Pickle Jar coming. How about that? Awesome. And the Pickle Jar is going to be playing Necrons. So there's going to be 2 Necron players there. So yeah, it's going to be awesome, a lot of fun. I've got Planets 40k on the reserve list, I suppose you could say. Unfortunately, all the spaces were filled when I got in contact with Planet 40k, because as you know, we've only recently collaborated together. But if we get to an odd number of players, then potentially Planet 40k might be able to stand in, which would be awesome, because I'd love him to come. It's only the fact that we really need an even amount of numbers, so either sort of 10 or 8 is, you know, if you've got an odd number, it's going to be really hard, because we don't really want to do what do you call it, a buy, you know, so you go into the next round automatically. It's not going to be great. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. Right, let's have a look at some of the comments as I drink out of my mug. Could you see this? It's not a mug, is it? Glass. Could you see this earlier? Really, really cool. It's like an internal shape of a stormtrooper inside the glass, and the glass is like almost upside down. It's difficult to drink out of, but who cares? He wants to defend his title. Yeah, that much terrain seems like it would clog up the table. It's not actually. It's just about right. I've got a video about the terrain, as I said, coming up, and you'll see some examples of some of our boards in that video. How big are the large obscuring pieces? About that big, roughly. Oh, the large ones, probably about that big, maybe 6 by 6-ish. Commission painter, she is. Okay, Richard says that Let's Make It Talkie is a commission painter. And a closet Necron. Ah, okay. Celados. Ah, no, that isn't English. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Hello, what's going on? Oh, wow, there's a lot of comments here. I think I missed quite a few. Let's go down to the bottom. Yeah, not sure, but it works. It gives firing lanes, but doesn't leave melee exposed. Yeah, it's just about right. Yeah, it looks like a TIE fighter pilot. He's a Trekkie, so we can forgive him. Oh, it's a pilot, isn't it? I don't know what that's about. But Richard has confirmed she is awesome on Twitch. So yeah, as I said, check out the channels. I'm sure if you go to the YouTube channel link that I've got in the description below here, she'll probably have a Twitch link on her channel. So yeah, check it out. Okay, let's go have a look at my notes. Okay, so shall we have the next segment, which is, if I can find the right button. Here we go.
Necrons
of the week.
Yes.
Necrons.
Oh, I didn't mean to press that button, but we'll take it. And a Necrons, we'll take that any day of the week. So yeah, it's Necrons of the week, and I've got some great images for you today, and I've themed this month's Necrons of the week on painting. So yeah, I'm going to show you some painted Necrons, and I'm really hoping you will enjoy it. Hello, Nick. We've got Steve from Who Took My Dice. Hello, Steve. The mug dude. Oh, yes. Right. Looks like a TIE fighter. No, it's definitely a stormtrooper. I've drunk half of it now. Okay, I'll definitely be interested to see the board and terrain. Excellent. I took your dice to make Nick weep. We'll be posting pics and videos. As a new player, that has been the hardest part about this game. The terrain seems very important to a game, and it's barely touched on in the rulebook. Yeah, the terrain, it does make a huge difference. If you have too much terrain, it can make a huge difference on the opposite end as well. So you've got to have that sort of mixture of it. The main rulebook, I think, does have like a terrain section. And obviously on the Warhammer community site, they posted that Games Workshop's at a grand tournament terrain pack thing, so that was quite good. But anyway, let's get ready for Necrons of the Week. Just make sure I'm on the right page. We are. So let's have a look at our first one. Here we go. Let's adjust this camera. You cannot see nothing. That is not right. Okay, let's have a look. Should be working. What are you doing to me? Bear with me a second. Let's hope that this works. Here we go. Right. Okay, so you can see that. Wow. I mean, look at this guy. How cool is this guy? I mean, I absolutely love this. I've seen lots of sort of lava type bases and lava effects, but nothing like this with that smoke coming from the blades and the lava. It just looks totally awesome. And the head, can you see that little head there? I'm just going to change my view so it's a bit bigger for me. Here we go. Yeah, look at that head. So I recognise this head. I'll just spin the model around. I think the head is from the same. I think that's the same head that I've got on my Lich Guard that I had, the 3D printed ones. It looks like that. Looks pretty cool. But yeah, it's the paint job I'm obviously mainly here to show you. Steve says that looks awesome. It certainly does. I'm going to try my powers to get Nick to try the player place terrain out in a bat just to change things up. Player place terrain. Yeah, I actually prefer to do thematic terrain. I'd like to sort of just make the table look really, really cool. That's how I like to do my terrain. It's okay having like the fixed pieces and stuff, but you can't really get it looking awesome. It looks okay, but it doesn't look like really, really awesome. Okay, so let's have a look at the next one. Flayed ones. I wanted to show you these because I think this is some of the best looking flayed one skin that I've seen. It really does look like it's just flesh that's just been flayed. The paint scheme just looks awesome. It just looks the right colour. It looks wet, and I really think this has done an excellent job. Actually, let's give some credit. So this first one is by Joshua Ryan. I always forget to do the credits. So well done, Joshua. Looks awesome. And this one here is Justin Kisowski Springer. There you go. So yeah, really cool. I mean, I love flayed ones anyway, but the skin is what got me. I think like top class skin. Right, next we have Ophidian Destroyers. I really like these. These obviously have that almost white look about them, but it's been painted obviously grey and then highlighted white, which is quite a traditional way to actually paint white these days. But I really like how it goes or matches the green. The green obviously a bit different from the usual type of green, but it blends really well with that white and obviously with the metal as well. So I thought those were really cool looking Ophidian Destroyers. Obviously I've recently painted mine as well. Haven't played them yet. I do need to get them on the table for sure. I've never seen played ones with fresh blood, I meant, on them. Looks nasty. Yeah, it looks really cool. I mean, I've used Blood of the Blood Guard on some of my played ones, just like dripping blood, but those were really painted so well. We need to try these out in games. I like the data sheet on these guys. Yeah, they're definitely useful. They definitely have a place, and I need to get them in a list. It's like I need to get so many ideas down on the table, and there's only obviously so much time that we have. And of course, we've been recently just testing my the tournament lists. So right, next. All the rage at the moment, canoptic spiders, even I'm using them. But I liked the paint scheme on these, very different. A couple of different pictures there for you. Really cool. Obviously, I've got the newer canoptic spiders. Sorry, no, the older canoptic spiders, which physically are a bit smaller. The bases are the same size though, so 60mm base. And yeah, really cool. I like the contrast of that green and the orange. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they may have been painted with contrast paint. So the person who painted these is Rebecca White. So awesome job, Rebecca. I'm not sure if I said about the previous one. No. So Loki, I think it's Loke Woolmo painted the Ophidians. But yeah, really liked these. Very cool. And I'm just going to show you this one because this isn't part of the Necrons of the week. This is just a bonus, it was the next picture, and I thought I'm going to show you this. This is by Colin Moore, but you may recognise that spider on the floor there. That's a 3D printed one, and Richard printed one out for me. So yeah, as you can see, someone's done that. Coming in hot to save the day, the rider of the storm is here. So pretty cool conversion, but that wasn't part of Necrons of the Week. That's a bonus. Nick Main, they have a decent AP and attacks, a nice wound profile, and that 4+ invulnerable is annoying. We're talking about Wraiths here, and don't forget, Richard, they can fall back and re-assault, which is pretty good. Okay, let's have a look at the Necrons. Hopefully you're enjoying these awesomely painted miniatures. That looks cool and nice to see. Okay, so I want to show you these because this piqued my interest. This is an actual army, but it's painted with all different colours. So we've got obviously the purple in there, we've got some purple wraiths, we've got some blue wraiths, and then in the next picture you can see we've got some heavy destroyers which are red. There's something else, I can't quite work out what they are. Oh, they're Scutari. They're nothing to do with the army, maybe they're objective markers or something. But we've also got some heavy destroyers here which are blue and then purple. It's like a mixture of colours, and I'm assuming the reason why this has been done is to denote the different units, which is a great idea. Specifically, if you're going to a tournament, you know exactly what unit is which. And what I liked about this is even though the person who is Justin D. Cox, Justin, there you go, even though Justin has obviously painted lots of different colours, he's tried to bring all of the colours together. So if you look at, say, the Silent King's got the purple in, it's got some of the blue in there. So the colours are sort of coming throughout the army, even though it's rather multicoloured, let's say. Some great painting there. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I mean, it's not what I would do. I denote the different units by what I put on the base. So I might have one unit with rocks on the base and then another unit with, say, crystals on the base. It's a little harder to see the different units, but you can see the different units. But obviously if they're painted different colours, then, well, it's not a problem, is it? Sometimes that's why I like actually using my old miniatures and new miniatures. I could have like one unit with the old heavy destroyers and then one unit with the newer heavy destroyers. You know, you can sort of mix it that way as well. Bases look quite interesting as well. Yeah, it's got it's got a mixture of stuff on the bases. It's got some symbols on these, and there's some crystals on these ones. So very, very cool. So that was that one. Next, I had to show you these pink Necrons. So something extra with these, look at them a little closer. They've got Dead Imperial Guard on them, which I thought was very cool. I mean, not just every single one's got an Imperial Guard dead on them. This guy's put his fist through the chest of this guy. Yeah, very clever. You can't really go wrong with pink on Necrons, can you? I mean, it still works. Okay, so finally, we've got 7 for you today. The last one is this guy, the Catan of the Void Dragon. And as I'm going to flick through because there's quite a few pictures here, but I thought this looks really, really nice. It's fairly multicoloured, but it just works. All the colours are sort of blended through together. Starting with the base there, you can see all the different mixture of colours, and then gradually going up, you've got the head crest and the wings. You know, it is, as I said, it's almost like a rainbow sort of look, but it's not, and it just works all together. And some very nice painting. You've got the glow effects coming down the leg there, and I like the red. I mean, the red actually, even though it's not a bright red, but it just works. So I thought it was really, really nice. So this is by Gutham Ullis. Yes, Gutham Ullis. Let me just check if I make sure I named. No, I didn't name these. So these were by John Hyreks. My goodness. I'm picking everybody with unpronounceable names. Hyri Ek Elwix. And that one I did name. So, there you go. Let me get back to my normal camera. There we are. So hopefully you enjoyed looking at those. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Oh, I'm in love with pink. Matches my eyes. My third favourite model. The Void Dragon, I take it. The Void Dragon is a pretty cool model, must admit. It's a lot of fun to paint as well. So whilst we're at this camera, I'm just going to set up the next view because I need to make some changes. Where are we? Okay, I need to go back to that in a second. Dewoy, yeah, Dewoy1 says clap clap. He obviously was impressed. Mike B, hello Mike. Still need to paint the weapons and glowy bits on mine. Who took my dice? There's so many great looking models. I agree, Steve. Some really cool models this week. Another set of great, well painted models. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, glad you liked them. I always enjoy sharing Necrons, and as I said, I try to do almost a bit of a theme each week. You know, like conversions or painted miniatures. But yeah, some great painting there. Okay, so let's move on to the next segment, which I have for you. And we are, where are we? We are, let's find it.
Necrons!
Tactical Corner.
Necrons!
Oh, I did exactly the same thing again. I need to live stream more often. Once a month obviously isn't enough to remember all of the keys. I've got these like hot keys for all the different buttons, and I've got a note in front of the camera of which is which. It obviously still doesn't help. So yeah, Tactical Corner. I'm actually going to talk about my list, but first of all I'm going to talk about my poll, the community poll that I did, and I have to say I'm pleased because I already knew which list I was going to take before I put the poll out, but I was very interested to see the response by everyone. And if I share the list, so let's just bring it up, there we go. If I share the list, yeah, 51% of you thought list B, and that was exactly the list that I was going to take. We're going to talk more about that list though, because I want to talk about something else, because whilst the votes were sort of an outstanding list B, I had a few extra comments as well, which really got me thinking about a few things. So two people commented that how about taking out the Annihilation Barge and putting in the Command Barge instead, and then keep the Command Barge by either the Wraiths, which I've done previously in my 2000 point games, you know, give those Wraiths my will be done, very useful indeed, but more so keeping them back with the Heavy Destroyers to give the Heavy Destroyers my will be done. And I have to say that is a very good thing to do because, well, Richard certainly has a lot of hard to hit stuff, so you know it would at least counteract the hard to hit rule. Plus, I'm always rolling 2s with my heavy destroyers to hit. You know, you hit on 3s, you re-roll the 1s. What do I roll? 2s. I mean, it happens all the time. So seriously considered the command barge. And then to take the Voltic Staff on the command barge. So then you get your 4 shots with the exploding 6s, you get the extra AP, and then of course the extra damage and I seriously considered taking out the Annihilation Barge for the Command Barge for the reasons I've just talked about. However, the one thing which is stopping me, I think the main thing, is the range of that Voltic staff. I believe it's 18 inches, whereas obviously the Annihilation Barge is 30 inches. And I plan to be standing back with the barge, and I think the Voltic staff range isn't going to work so well. And 10 shots from that Annihilation Barge, okay, it's no AP and it's only 1 damage, but 10 shots, exploding 6s, that's pretty nice. And of course it's strength 7 as well, so only strength 6 on the Voltic staff, or Voltaic staff, I think it's pronounced. So yeah, you never know what you're going to be up against, but the barge is there to take out chaff, basically. So I think I'm happy with the barge, the Annihilation Barge, in the list, but I seriously considered the Catacomb Command Barge, and I think it would be actually a decent change around. But for the range of the guns on the Annihilation Barge and the quantity of shots, I'm sticking with it. So, with all that said and done, thank you to everyone who did vote on the poll. It was very interesting. List A getting the least amount, so just to refresh you, List A had more scarabs, List B had more flayed ones, and List C was the death marks. A good number of people actually commented that the death marks list was the best one. They liked it, and for good reasons. However, I like the flayed one list myself. And whilst, yes, the flayed ones can't come down and shoot and potentially kill something, and to be fair, you're probably looking at maybe 1 or 2 models if you're lucky with the shooting. And yes, okay, the flayed ones have to get into assault to be able to kill stuff. There's a bit of a chance, and I might need to use a CP to re-roll it. And there was a lot of talk about flayed ones aren't worth taking unless you're in. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I always do that. Flayed ones aren't worth taking unless you're in the Novok dynasty, and I get that. They're good in Novok. But of course, I'm going to be using my Novok protocol, and I'm going to be using that in turn 2. So we'll have that +1 to strength in turn 2, or potentially I could, change the order. I could have it turn 3 if I need to. But I just like the ideas of the flayed ones, and the fact that also I don't have to deep strike them. I can just put them near my Annihilation Barge and have that counter assault for the Annihilation Barge. So yeah, as I said, over 50%, 51% thought List B. So let's have a quick look at List B and have a little refresh. So I need to go on to here, and I need to change the view. Let's change the view, that one off. Here we go. So yes, List B, Eternal Conquerors and Relentless Expansionist. So objective secure and the pre-game move. One of the missions that we are playing, you can't do the pre-game move into the no man's land. So I could do it to fall back a bit if I wanted to, but that's life. I'll come back to the comments in a second. Then we've got the Technomancer with the control node, which of course gives me a +1 to hit, and that's both shooting and assault, effectively doing the my will be done job. And then we've got the failsafe overcharge, which will be on the Canoptic Spiders, so that's D3 attacks, extra attacks, and of course the Veil of Darkness to potentially Val the spiders somewhere, but more importantly probably to Val the spiders, or maybe just the Technomancer away from where they are. Then the Immortals with the Gauss guns, and then of course the Elites, 3 spiders, 2 beamers for each one, 1 prism, because the Gloom Prism is really useful. And then an 8 strong unit of flayed ones. And then fast attack, we've got the 5 wraiths with claws, the 5 scarabs, the heavy support, the annihilation barge with double Tesla, and 3 Gauss destructor heavy destroyers. 1,000 points and 2 CPs. And I will be taking the Purge the Vermin, Treasures of Eons, and Ancient Machineries. And because of the Ancient Machineries, I'm going to be using the all-game protocol of Sudden Storm, so I can shoot, do actions. And this, on paper, is where I'm thinking I'm going to use my turn directives. So turn 1 will be Eternal Guardians, depending if I'm going first or second. I'll change which directive I use, but you can't really go wrong with that. If you're going second, then you don't pre-game move and you gain light cover. And then if you're going first, then take directive 2, so you can overwatch on a 5+, or you could potentially have +1 to hit roll in close combat. Turn 2 will be the Hungry Void, so +1 to strength. Pretty useful. I figure that in turn 2 I will be in assault on the small tables. Turn 3 will be Undying Legions. More than likely I'll have +1 to living metal with those spiders, but I could potentially take directive 2, re-roll the 1 RP dice. And then by turn 4 and 5, I'm figuring I'm probably not going to be around my character to do command protocols. I've got the weakest ones at turn 4 and 5, so Conquering Tyrant just to give me that extra 3-inch aura ability if I am alive and I may be spread about, or potentially to shoot and fall back. And then turn 5, which I very much doubt I'll be using, but I've gone for the shooting one there just in case I need to do a last ditch shooting, and gives me obviously the extra AP. So that is going to be my tournament list, unless I get lots and lots and lots of comments after this live stream that I should be taking the Command Barge version. But I like this list, and it's my list, which I've made with the inputs of everyone, of course. But I just feel if I take the Annihilation Barge out and put the Command Barge in, it's no longer my list. And I wanted to play that Annihilation Barge. I think it's a nice complement to the heavy destroyers. I've got anti-infantry, anti-tank in my heavy support units, and of course the barge is now core. I can do actions, and with my protocol I can still shoot. Really, really useful. Right, let us go back to the main screen, have a quick look at all of your comments, because there is quite a few comments. Right, I'm using my daughter's laptop to actually look at the comments, because I can't really do it. Now I know why people live stream with multiple monitors. Right, you can never have too much Necron, girl. I agree. What else have we got? I'll buy some dice with 0 on them. Hi Nick. Oh, where's that gone? Hi Nick, did you check out some creators on SD I mentioned? Hi Josh, I did. I did email you back, I think. Hopefully you got that email. But yeah, I have checked them out, and I made some comments in that email. Rich, have you manipulated his dice? Do Triarch Stalkers no longer allow +1 to shooting? Triarch Stalkers let you re-roll the ones. Will there be a Drakari player on your tourney? In your tourney? No, there won't be. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons last night, Richard says. My monster had disadvantage against a party member. I rolled too many. I rolled 2 20s. Love seeing grown men cry when I rolled dice. Blue dice, hey? No, don't think so, Space Marines, Tyranids, Necrons, Orcs, but haven't got all factions yet. Yeah, we haven't got the full list of factions, but I don't think there's a Drukhari one there. Are the Spiders really that good? Not so sure. They've been really good for me, and they're fun. Originally, when I sort of went to do this tournament, I was thinking I'm just going to take a really silly list. That was my first thoughts. Like, how many monoliths can I get? Oh wait, they're Lord of Wars. But no, the Spiders are definitely a lot better now. And yeah, with the guns, they've got a good amount of attacks with that control node there. They hit on threes. They hit on threes in close combat with that control node. Strength 8, I can do the plus D3 attacks, so they get 5 attacks, potentially up to 8 attacks each. You've got 3 of them if they all get into combat. And then some decent AP and 2 damage each, pretty nice. And they do bypass orcs, whatever it is that, what's it called? The -1 to damage thing that they've got. So it bypasses that because it's strength 8. And potentially strength 9 on the turn that I've got the Novok protocol, and potentially I could go to strength 10 if I wanted to use the +1 to strength stratagem. And then on top of all that, rites of reanimation, I can bring the spiders back, and then with the scarabs there, the spiders can bring back scarabs. So potentially you could maybe explode a scarab and then just bring it back the next turn. So yeah, all in all, they're pretty good. Obviously, they're not great for RP because if you lose one, you've got to roll 6, 5, and 6s. But yeah, obviously they have living metal as well, and yeah, I like them. I think they're good. I mean, they're obviously going to die. You know, like anything that you take is going to die. They don't have an invulnerable save, only a 3+ save, but it's a decent amount of wounds. Let's have a look. The spiders are durable. Yeah, even though, as I said, they don't have that save, they've got a decent armor save, and they are toughness 6, of course. 6 wounds each. Hey, caught you live for once. Hello, Cloudborn. Great to see you live here with us. What are we talking about? We are talking about, we just finished looking at my Dominion War list, which is my tournaments list, and I'm going to be taking list B from the video that I made, and that's the one with the 8 played ones in. Tactics, Nick, tourney list, yeah. So what do you think? Do you think I've made the right decision going with that list? Obviously, there's so many different list ideas that you could use, but I'm happy with this list, and I've play tested, well, at least a variant of this list twice now, and what I can tell you is that it scores really well. This list does score really well, even if you get blasted off the table or assaulted off the table like turn 1. You know, you can still get a good amount of points. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of, obviously, it's going to be dependent upon the mission and your opponent, and if you make any mistakes, lots of things. And obviously I've only played the list twice, probably be 3 times by the time I get to the event. Ideally, you want to be playing your list many times before you seriously take it to an event. But I'm happy with it, and not only do I think it's going to do okay, but I think it's going to be fun. It's a fun list to play. You know, it's a fun list for me to play. Hopefully it'll be a fun list for others to play against. And, you know, I've got the potential to score well. It does have the potential to go down quite easily as well, because although it's got a good mixture of everything, I've got some anti-tank there, I've got some anti-infantry there, I've got some assault elements there, I've got some really good scoring elements. It sort of ticks all the boxes, but it's not absolutely amazing at one thing, apart from maybe scoring. And it's amazing at scoring. Got that box ticked. But it's not like amazing at shooting. It's not amazing in close combat. But it's like an all-round list, and that's what I tried to build. So no matter who I'm up against, if I play it right, I should have half a chance. No, so I haven't looked at it much, but I've been frantically painting my arcing lot. Want to get it on the table before we get nerfed. Yep, excellent. I'll send you another email about it soon. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, well there you go. It is 1 minute past 10, and I always live stream for 1 hour, so it is time to finish up. I really hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I know I certainly did. The next show, will I be available? Let's have a quick look. Yes, I will be. So it will be on the 8th of September. So I'll see you then.